news. An injunction has been granted to shut down a historic, condemned El Paso hotel. This is the latest development in a lawsuit filed by the El Paso County Attorney against the owner of the Gateway Hotel, which is located on South Stanton Street, a block away from the county courthouse. This after the county reports that police have been called to the building nearly 700 times over 2 years to investigate criminal activity. The county attorney's office is also alleging the building operated without proper licenses and harbored members of a dangerous Venezuelan gang known as Tren de Aragua. According to legal documents, the owner, Howard Yoon, took ownership of the building in 2015 and spent years trying to bring it up to code. It received a temporary occupancy permit in 2018, but that later expired. Since then, the county says police responded to calls about heavy drug use, theft, sexual assaults, and even an unattended death in the building. The injunction was to vacate. The injunction to vacate was granted today, but there is currently an effort to help occupants find new housing on September 12th. You can download the KVIA News app to be the first to know about breaking news. We sent alerts about both of these developing stories to your phone. More breaking news. An injunction.
Well, thanks for joining us here. I'm Liz Dewicki.
And I'm Robert Olguin. A downtown hotel is described as a haven for crime and a threat to public safety. Today, the El Paso County Attorney obtained an injunction against the Gateway Hotel in hopes of shutting it down.
And there's a lot in these documents here. Investigators say those accusations include criminal activity, Tren de Aragua gang members in the hotel as well. KFOX 14 News at 9's Eileen Herrera joining us live from downtown to break down the whole lawsuit that was filed by the county against the hotel and what we've learned so far. Eileen.
Liz, Robert, as you guys were just mentioning, the El Paso County Attorney filing for a temporary and permanent injunction against the owner of the Gateway Hotel. Now get this, according to her office, in the last 2 years, there has been close to 700 calls for police to investigate the hotel. The hotel has been around since the late 1920s and changed owners. The current owner bought the hotel in 2015 and was granted a certificate of occupancy for the lobby and first floor of the building. The certificate expired in 2018 and the hotel has been operating and seemingly using all of the building since. You can see today that the windows in the upper levels have AC units and some even have the windows open. According to the lawsuit, the hotel has seen many criminal incidents take place, including an incident on the third floor. The lawsuit cites video evidence of an aggravated assault case. Documents say in the video people can be seen partying, drinking, smoking, all while kids were around. The documents also allege prostitution and gang activity allegedly related to the Tren de Aragua gang. All citing the owners have not done much to stop the use of drugs, gang activity, and other illegal activities. The hotel has also failed at least 3 inspections by the El Paso Fire Department. The document stated the hotel has been in a deplorable state since. I walked into the building and there was a very apparent cigarette smell as well as some broken-looking furniture. The hotel violates around 90 city ordinances according to the lawsuit. Official arrest records also support claims that crimes happen at the hotel often. Now, I did try to speak to the owners of the hotel. However, staff told me they were gone for the day. We also did reach back out to the El Paso County Attorney to hear more on the lawsuit, but we're waiting to hear back from her office. I'm reporting live in downtown El Paso tonight. Eileen Herrera, the KFOX 14 News at 9.
All right, Eileen, thank you. So we saw some photos and Eileen's stories there, but we wanted to show you a few more because there are a lot of pictures in these court documents showing several incidents from random people holding what appears to be weapons, including, you see this one here. This is a picture that shows it appears to be 2 men in some kind of altercation. As a matter of fact here, you're looking at sort of a mid-punch photo here. And then we've got another one we want to show you as well. Take a look at this one here. Now, this is a woman right here in the corner of your screen showing one of them holding a girl's hair back as she appears to be throwing up. Now, in the back of the image, you also see some other people drinking and smoking while it appears that children are present.
All right, well, police have been called out to that hotel, as we've reported, hundreds of times over the past several years. And according to sworn testimony from El Paso police officers, members of the notorious Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua have recently been allowed to operate inside the hotel. For example, on July 1st, El Paso police officer Donicio Alvarez said officers discovered several Venezuelans that had tattoo identifiers of Tren de Aragua, a gang affiliated with Venezuela. Officer observed males walking throughout the hotel with tattoos associated with the criminal organization known as Tren de Aragua. Overall, management is not attempting to control the conduct of guests and is negligently allowing gang activity to infiltrate the area. And on August 23rd, Officer Samuel Medina said, "Through my training and experience, I can easily say there's a very high level of drug activity from drug addicts squatting on the condemned floors. There should be concern due to the establishment and rise of the Venezuelan criminal organization Tren de Aragua at the Gateway Hotel. We discovered several Venezuelans have the tattoo identifiers of Tren de Aragua. Since they don't charge 100% for rent, usually homeless Venezuelan gang members with low income wages will choose to live there, causing them to start criminal activities in order to generate income." Now, if you want to read the entire lawsuit from the El Paso County Attorney, you can head to our website, kfoxtv.com. But we're a few months away from the start of a...
It's the book of 1 Thesselonians, chapter 5, verse 3, and it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." First and foremost, as always, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach, Wadash, which is our praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, whom is our strength and our Redeemer, and our light and our salvation. All right, in the same tongue, I'm going to go ahead and add Mashana, Kabawadium, Laha Sequanium, Shah, Lagarawakab, many double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, the men of One West, whose labors we've entered into. And Shalom, honor and salutations to Bayah Shadawada, the 144,000 elect governing body, the House of David, along with the rest of the 1/3 elected men, women, and children of Israel. All right, it's your fellow servant Malak Rayab, Salakia, for the long introduction. And regarding those two news clips, which it was just played to further bring out the breaking news of Paso County filing a lawsuit against the owner of the historic Gateway Hotel in downtown El Paso, which I've been preaching around that area for years. All right. And there's been a lot of activity, there's been a lot of judgment that has taken place around those areas. All right. Including there's another hotel, all right, that are burned down. All right. It was supposed to be haunted. All right, and that ended up burning down a couple of years ago. All right, so I believe it was called I can't recall the name of the hotel. De Soto Hotel. All right, De Soto Hotel. It ended up going up and getting burned down. All right, now the building is actually still up. Esau hasn't brought any demolition to it or allowed any demolition to happen to the building, but that was more judgment happened to another hotel in which there's a lot of history of satanic activity through rituals and so forth, which is the real reason why that place ended up, that place ended up getting visited. Okay. And the people that were living in there, so in which they had to vacate that particular hotel, just like they had to vacate this particular hotel. All right, the historic Gateway Hotel, case in point. All right, so wherever the prophets prophesy, destruction comes. Okay, because we are the gate, we are the mouthpiece of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. All right. All right, so so that situation with the Venezuelan gang, all right, that they were actually speaking about here, all right, the Tren de Aragua gang based out of Venezuela, okay, now being in El Paso and allegedly, disturbing the peace, including within these particular hotels and living these dwelling places of living, including these apartment complexes down there in Colorado. Now they're also reportedly down there in New York, which I'm about to go ahead and touch base on in a minute. But these are all omens and signs and precursors of the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, and the impending lawless society that this place is facing, man. Which majority of the people in this place marveling after this beast system are going to be destroyed. Okay, following Esau's satanic counsel. Okay, a covenant with death that they made their place of refuge, a place of lies. Okay, as part of that death that they made that these people have collectively made their place of refuge. All right, and this is why death is pursuing sinners. It says in Proverbs 13:21. All right, through these spirits of vengeance. All right, because a lot of these so-called grape cases, all right, fatal or not, have been allegedly done by these so-called immigrants and migrants crossing the border. Okay, and that's why the propaganda has already been set in regards to accusing our brethren, as it says in Revelation 12:10, on behalf of Esau, Edom. Okay, looking to carry out this smear campaign, upon the lost 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negroes and indigenous. And that's why Trump, when he was still in the king of Babylon, had this infamous press conference where he referred to the so-called immigrants and migrants as rapists, criminals, thugs, so forth. Okay, and it was really all just a part of political optics to demonize the tribes. Okay. So like it says in 2 Corinthians, we're 2 Corinthians 2:11, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man, including their politics and their westernized, fabricated, deceitful media outlets spinning these narratives. Okay. All right. To further turn this world against our people. Okay. Using the degenerates of our people. Okay. As a part of their agenda. All right. So, I'm going to grab this, in matter of fact, I'm going to read this again. 1 Thesselonians 5:3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." All right. Because this place, America, Babylon the Great, has been considered a safe haven. Okay. A place of, the land of opportunity. Okay. The land of peace and prosperity. The golden city in Isaiah the 14th chapter. Isaiah 14:4. And it's why our people, okay, a lot of our people cross the border, because a lot of them are sincere, okay, looking to escape, quote unquote, third world poverty, okay, within war torn areas, okay, where their currencies of their respective areas where they're living within these so-called countries. These respective countries are depreciated in value, where their currency is already worthless, including the peso over there in Mexico and so forth. So they come over here, man. Okay. They see a better alternative. All right. And that's why our people look at this place as a place of comfort. All right. Because this place is, this place has been used to, provide our people, a false sense of comfort. All right, through the guise of America, the liberty, the theme of it being liberty and justice for all. All right, liberty meaning freedom, the freedom to worship any God you want to worship. Okay. All right, eat whatever you want to eat and be a glutton. Drink whenever you want to drink. Be a drunkard. All right, that's why you got down in El Paso. This is a military town, and it's full of just full of folly. Okay, full of bars and clubs and shit. All right, because it's a border town. And it's a party town. All right. Really, it's a border town and military town, which by default, because of Fort Bliss being, I believe, the second biggest military base in Babylon, has resulted in, the spirit of Bacchus, the spirit of wine, the god of wine. Okay, being prevalent here in Babylon the Great. That's right. There's a lot of fatal drunk driving accidents and so forth because of the vibration this place gives off in America, Babylon the Great, including down here. All right. And this is why the Lord is visiting this place. All right. Case in point, we're going to play this quick clip here to further expound on that point.
Grace and Peace Church plans to sell their other rehabbed homes to other first-time homebuyers of color on the West Side, to hopefully improve the lives of their families and their community. Today, the Gomez family officially welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin. Gabriel Gomez tells us it's his dream. This is what he wanted for his children. It is the first home for this family of four, and it is the first time they have lived in anything bigger than one bedroom for 8 years.
¿Cuál es la reacción? Nosotros estamos muy felices.
Eyuveles Rengel says they are very happy, and this is an important step for their family. Originally from Venezuela, they worked in food service as an auto mechanic, delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
We met them at the bus, and they were so distressed, and worked through a whole process with them. And now they're stabilizing their own home. It's awesome.
With all of their savings, programs to assist first-time homebuyers, and an individual taxpayer identification number, the Gomez family made their dreams come true.
Realmente ahorita estamos viendo nuestro sueño americano.
Rengel says, really now is the American dream.
You see that?
Grace and Peace.
Really now the American dream. That's how Jake looks at America, especially these so-called immigrants and migrants, man. Mainly the Northern Kingdom, so-called indigenous crossing the border. Okay, including Issachar, so-called Mexican, okay, Venezuela, okay, the Inca Indians, okay, over there in South America predominantly, from the tribe of Asher. All right, you got Zebulon, the so-called Mayans down in central Mexico predominantly. All right, and even other tribes, even the so-called Haitians, so the tribe of Levi. That's why back in 2021 there was a memorable image of a border patrol agent on a horse whipping a Haitian immigrant / migrant. You know, which further symbolic of Ecclesiastes, what's that, 10:7 says, it says, I saw servants sitting upon horses, representing Esau, the Edomite, self-proclaimed white man. Okay. Symbolic of his rulership over us and how we would come. He was to come above us very high as the most vile of the strangers, the heathen nations, above us very high. When we would come down very low because of our transgressions against the holy covenant of the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai. That's the real reason why our people are in this impoverished state. Okay, because we went against the wishes of our power. Okay. But now, pursuing the Lamentation, the 4th chapter, all right, the good news is in the Lamentations, the 4th chapter, at the end of that chapter, it mentions how, Proverbs says how we would be at the end of our captivity in this devil system. All right, so we're in the midst of that unfolding now, okay, which is why this place is falling apart. I'm going to grab that next precept. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. All right, Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10, and it reads, "The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in." All right, and so regarding the border situation, that's a major, critical, way that this devil is being used by the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai to shut down the city of confusion. Babylon the Great. Babylon meaning land of confusion. Babylon the great land of confusion, which is America. The virgin daughter of Babylon in Isaiah the 47th chapter. To soon sit in the dust. Okay? Because all manners of judgments come to this place. In a carnal sense, through a civil war. Okay? Which we're already in the midst of now. And this is why Esau is using the border as a Trojan horse. Okay, all right, to further ensnare the poor of our people in Mexico, Venezuela, and so forth, Haiti, all right, to come to America to entrap them and destroy them. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and further cover the meaning of Trojan horse, momentarily. You know what I'm saying? But, this is what he's using this whole border crisis situation, this whole border crisis / migrant surge situation for. Okay, so all the further fulfillment of prophecy, including 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. It says a man shall desire to go into another city, should not be able to, because they're going to shut down the border, man. So we see the writings on the wall, what they're doing, and what this is going to entail. What this actually does entail, and that's what the destruction, the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, and the destruction of all those whose names are written in the earth to marvel after this beast system and follow the blind leaders of the blind as a blind into a ditch, death and destruction. Okay, as it says in St. Matthew 15 and 14. All right. So we're going to segue over there. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And we'll start at verse 14, and it reads, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. And the sword is an instrument of death. Okay, including a firearm. All right. A drone, fighter jets, laser weapons. All right. AI killer android dogs and AI killer androids. Okay. Which is machinery. This technology has already been incorporated within the military industrial complex and law enforcement of Esau, Edom. So there's going to be what our people face in Jacob's trouble, man. And the only way we're going to make it out of this hell is through the divine intervention of the grace and mercy, the truth of the grace and mercy of Yahweh by Shemir Shai. Okay, it will only be bestowed upon those whose name is written in the book of life, pursuing the Daniel, the 12th chapter, and so forth, the elect. Okay, whose name is whose foreheads is sealed the name of the Lord Yahweh by Shemir Shai, pursuing the Revelation, the 14th chapter. Okay, so this is continuing on in verse 16, it says, For there shall, 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. In case in point, more cops are starting to get put to death. All right, like most recently, down there in Dallas, about 8 hours away from here, there was a Dallas cop that looked like a Jake that got put to death, and then there's a Houston deputy, looked like a Northern Kingdom Jake, that got put to death not too long before that, maybe about a couple of months before that, man. Okay. Then there was an N-Dub cop, okay, a so-called black woman cop that got put to death over a year ago. Okay. So these are trends, okay, of misery, okay, regarding the threat of national security, okay, a crime, okay, and so forth, okay, which is all a part of the omens, or ensigns or precursors of the downfall of the main place of our captivity, the place of drawing waters, okay, the place of our captivity, the main place for our captivity, okay, the place of perverse madness, okay. Including pagan idolatry. All right. So this is what we're seeing here. All right. This is verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. So in regards to civil war, Esau is going to try to use this, okay, as a justifiable reason to shut down the border, man. Okay. But the seed of confusion will be shut down, which is going to eventually be destroyed. Okay. When we are within the beginning stages of the city confusion being shut down. Okay, including the borders being shut down. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to speak on that with this last. Well, actually, it's another article. All right. And it says this is on the Latin Times. It says Mexico City becomes home for a new wave of Chinese immigrants. It says Mexico issued 5,070 temporary residency visas to Chinese immigrants last year, double the number of the permits granted in 2022. A new wave of people migrating out of China has found in Mexico a place to build their lives. Just last year, Mexico issued 5,070 temporary residency visas to Chinese immigrants, double the number of the permits granted in 2022, as reported by AP. Now the Chinese nationals are third on the list of countries seeking to get regulated status after the United States and Colombia. And that's that entitlement that Esau is giving these nations, man. Okay, and really everyone through the liberty and justice for all theme of America. Okay, the notion to have the liberty of freedom, to be a brute beast, to be a demon. Okay, but they're really using this to and they're really so anyway, like I was saying, this really pertains to every nation. Okay, but really they're really using this border crisis / migrant surge situation as a Trojan horse on what they're planning to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring that out now. Go ahead and expound on what that is. All right, it's a Trojan horse. All right, it says, what does Trojan horse mean? Someone or something intended to defeat or subvert from within, usually by deceptive means. All right, it says, what was a Trojan horse? Let me go to it says the term Trojan horse is used metaphorically to mean any trick or strategy that causes a target to invite a foe into a securely protected place or to deceive by appearance, hiding malevolent intent in an outwardly benign exterior, to subvert from within using deceptive means. All right, so that in this term, Trojan horse derives back to Esau's Greek mythology, where they supposedly had, they supposedly constructed, a large wooden horse, all right, to commemorate the goddess of war, Athena, all right, and also to use it as a peace offering to the Trojans, all right. So supposedly, within, it's all Greek mythological shit, but supposedly, according to Esau, Edom. All right. When the Trojan horse was taken by the Trojans, the Trojan horse had Greek soldiers hidden inside of it. So once the Trojans took the bait and they acquired the Trojan horse and brought it into brought it into Troy. That's when the Greek soldiers jumped out. They allowed. They allowed infiltrators and reinforcements, okay, of other Greek soldiers into Troy, and they ransacked Troy, okay, using that whole wooden horse as a Trojan horse, and that's hence the origin of the term, okay. So it really derives back to Esau's Greek mythology. The ideology of it, or the concept of it, stands in regards to the term itself and what the term represents as a metaphor, okay, of what it says here. Metaphorically used as a trick or strategy that causes a target to invite a foe into a securely protected place. All right. And that target is Jake. All right. And that benign exterior that it mentions here is, America, Babylon the Great. Okay. Through that subversion. All right. Through that you being used as that border. Okay. To subvert from within using deceptive means. You see that? So I'm going to grab this next precept to expound on that point in the book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. All right, the book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And it reads, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, Yahweh, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, Yahweh, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand, until a times and a dividing of time." And it's actually not the one I wanted, Shalakia. This is the one I want to hear. Daniel 8:25 says, "And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many." This is what Esau's done, all right, through his policies of craft, deceit, subtlety, okay, including his asylum laws, okay, enticing Jake through the deception of liberty, to cross the border, offering them freedom, synonymous with liberty, okay, to seek the so-called American dream, live in luxury, okay. That's how America is perceived, or, it's not so much perceived now as it once was before, but that's how a lot of our people still look at it, because it's so impoverished that it's like they believe that they have no other choice but to perceive America to be as such. That's why they're coming over here, man. Unbeknownst to them, okay, walking into a death trap collectively, unbeknownst to them anyway, okay. So some of them are so desperate, they've heard, okay, or even perhaps considered how wicked America is, but still want to come over here because they're looking to save their carnal lives, okay, instead of preserve their true lives with an everlasting life. Okay, by pleasing the Lord, by rehearsing the righteous law, statutes, and commandments of our power. All right. So Salakia for that, a little excited, but yeah, that's how Esau magnified himself in his heart, right, through his witchcraft, including his policies, his politics. Okay. It says, from the top, it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken with that hand. Okay. So Ma'aka Allah. All right. All right, the angel of war himself is gonna intervene in this last war's war, prophesied in Revelation, the 12th chapter, okay, under the dominion of Hamashiach Yahushai, okay, within Yahushai's redemption of Israel from these curses. All right, America, Babylon the Great, the main place for captivity, is going to be destroyed, and all 6 branches of Esau, Edom's military, okay. And those who stands with him, okay. So this is part of his craft, man, his witchcraft, all right, including his politics, all right, including his deception, okay, including that, hence the term Trojan horse, and how that and how that's and how that was utilized, okay, and how that's still being utilized, okay, within certain snares he sets up, okay, to prey off of the desperation, okay, and emotions of our people. So this is Psalm 64. Psalm 64:1, and it reads, it says, hear my voice, O power, and my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And the secret counsel, is that the wicked international crime banking families, the throne of iniquity. All right. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? All right. So they layer these snares privily, man. Okay. They're very subtle and conniving, okay, with their approach to destroy our people. Okay, it says in Psalm 37, I believe it's in the 32nd verse, how the wicked study to destroy the righteous, because these devils are envious of us, man. They're envious of our bloodline, how we are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, and they know that our people don't know that collectively, especially the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Northern Kingdom migrants, immigrants. Okay. So impoverished that Esau's using that against them and exploiting us through our curses. So this is in order to build up a case. You see? That's why they, and this is, and going back to I believe there's one more article I wanted to play. I'm going to play that real quick, and I'll come back to this article. And I might have I'm going to play this one.
Believe this video was made by members of the ruthless Venezuelan gang, The NYPD says these are suspected members of the ruthless Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, which has been infiltrating the U.S. for the last 2 years. NYPD Assistant Chief of Detectives Jason Savino telling me it is believed this video was made while the gang members were in Ecuador, and its purpose is to recruit new members.
Then, when you fast forward, you see the same individuals where? In Times Square. So that's our concern.
The NYPD says Tren de Aragua has been making it over the border with the migrant influx and is getting established in New York.
What we do see is they are trying to grow.
The gang has gone from petty crimes like shoplifting and stealing cell phones and jewelry to all-out shootouts in the streets. Alleged gang member Bernardo Raul Mata recently confessing to police that gang members are being instructed to shoot police officers. Mata is charged with shooting 2 officers after they stopped him for riding a moped the wrong way on a one-way street in Queens. In court, an assistant district attorney revealing what Mata told investigators about the gang. members are smuggling. Instructed to
They are trying to grow.
The gang has gone from petty crimes like shoplifting and stealing cell phones and jewelry to all-out shootouts in the streets. Alleged gang member Bernardo Raul Mata recently confessing to police that gang members are being instructed to shoot police officers. Mata.
And how do we know he even said that, man? You see that? This is a part of Esau's propaganda, his Western propaganda. But I continue.
Is charged with shooting two officers after they stopped him for riding a moped the wrong way on a one-way street in Queens. In court, an assistant district attorney revealing what Mata told investigators about the gang.
Members are smuggling firearms into city shelters inside food delivery packages. That way they don't have to go through the metal detector.
Guns being smuggled into migrant shelters in food delivery packages that are not being screened. The gang violence is escalating, and now drugs are coming into the picture.
We're just starting to see a drug called Tusi, which is a pink cocaine type substance.
It seems like this is a huge challenge.
It's as big of a challenge as we faced.
The NYPD has faced difficult challenges in the past and is determined to win this fight to keep New Yorkers safe.
We're having success. We're taking down networks of individuals. We're up to the task and we'll accomplish it.
The NYPD says these are suspect.
All right, so this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. All right, and it reads, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed." All right, and which power is it talking about? This God, which God is it talking about? God meaning power. Okay, the God of the oppressed in Judith 9:11. Who's more oppressed and impoverished than the so-called demographic or the demographic of so-called Negroes and indigenous people, man? And the Israelite foreigners of their bloodline scattered across the four corners of the earth. All right. He said in St. James 2, verses 5 to 6, that we are rich in the spirit and poor in this world, if you're paraphrasing. So how it speaks for itself, man. It just further reveals who the lost tribes of Israel are. All right, so it goes on to say, "For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." All right, and they're steadily accusing us, man, the poor, living in the ghettos, the barrios, any reservations, including those crossing the border, sincerely, seeking a better life, okay, being incited through their fear and desperation of dying in these impoverished conditions, okay, to seek the ruler in want of all things, okay, roughly paraphrasing the curse in Deuteronomy 28, verses 48 to 50. That further identifies, that further confirms and substantiates the fact that you so-called indigenous are of the lost tribes of Israel as well, all right? And either you're in the Lord, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, okay, the man of war, the ultimate chess player, proverbially speaking, okay, is either bringing you tribes across the border for salvation or damnation, okay? All right? So, damnation will come without repentance. For repentance and salvation is only for Israel. All right? So this is Psalm 10. Book of Psalm chapter 10. Let me see. Psalm chapter 10. In verse 2, it says, "The wickedness pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Okay, device in the Hebrews mazamah, meaning wicked invention. All right, wicked device or wicked invention. Okay, including all of which Esau has used to destroy our people. Okay, through eugenics. All right, through these organizations and so forth. Okay. Regulating, the ingredients they put in our food and putting, this low grade food in these impoverished neighborhoods on purpose, and these liquor stores. Another reason why in the Indian reservations, Gad, so-called natives, are drinking themselves to death, man. Try to escape their the reality of these curses, man. Okay, it's a reason why our people are crossing the border. But see, this is hypocrisy of you devils that's further exposing you, further fulfilling this prophecy. how you're going to be taking a device that you have imagined can support, because in your media, you try to spin it through your false narratives of deceit that the so-called migrants, immigrants are, you try to use your Western media and propaganda, all right, to associate the terms migrant and immigrant to the Northern Kingdom. Okay, because migrant and immigrants are further bywords in Proverbs and prophesied in Deuteronomy 28:37 that further identifies who we are. Okay, and confirms that we are the lost tribes of Israel by way of the manner of persecution we receive. Now, this is the hypocrisy of your devices that's further exposing you, because you have, as has been reported many times, you have Chinese immigrants, Moabites, biblical Moabites crossing the border. Okay, a lot of these individuals you can see here, a good number of them are of military age. Okay, of foreign nationals. Okay, slash mercenaries. Okay, sleeper cell agents crossing the border, posing as immigrants and migrants, waiting for that green light from Esau, Edom. Okay, to prey on their target. Jake. Okay. That's why they get first class treatment, as opposed to Jake, being hauled off in these little hotels and whatnot. Okay, which is another part of the comfort that our people seek, man. Housing, Section 8 housing. Okay, you have former military veterans, harlots, drug addicts, predominantly of Jake. All right, Israelites. All right, shack it up in these hotels and whatnot, these little housing buildings and so forth. Okay, funded by Esau, Edom, but yet he's giving similar treatment to these other immigrants and migrants of other nationalities. Okay, of better treatment. Okay. I'm not going to go too much into that right now, but that information is out there, man. Because a lot of these so-called immigrants and migrants of these other nations, of Sudan, of Ham, okay, so-called Africans, okay, Moabites, these so-called Chinese, okay, Elam, a lot of so-called dot heads crossing the border, Elamites, Persians of Elam. So not just so-called Hispanics or indigenous. You see that? In case in point, let's further expound on that. Says the unexpected surge of Chinese immigrants or migrants settling down in the North American countries comes as part of a larger exodus of people seeking out new opportunities away from China. These newcomers come from all walks of life. Some are seeking to escape high unemployment rates among the youth. Some scholars are seeking to advance their careers away from the communist ideology. Others are looking for investment and business opportunities, and a group of them are opting to avoid the hurdles imposed by the United States. So why is it a problem when Jake does it? Okay, because we like prophesied in Jeremiah 5:19, Baruch 3:8, and so forth. Our people were not brought to America, Babylon the Great, all right, to share the prosperity of our oppressor. That's asinine. Okay. This devil wanted us to believe that so he can enslave us in the mind, suppress us that way. That way, there would be limited need to suppress us physically, which is still going on, which is why a lot of our people are getting mowed down the streets by these modern day Roman centurions, these cops. You see that? Because this beast system, America, Babylon the Great, was designed to destroy our people. Okay. But yet Esau is being exposed for his hypocrisy. Okay? Case in point, they're so worried about these so-called gangs and criminals of mainly of our people, in which they paint in the media, their Western media, a problem. Why do they have open border policies? This is all part of the Hegelian dialectic. Order ab chaos, create the problem, present the solution to sustain order. And that order is going to really be sustained through that MOTB grain and rice device, that implant. Okay? Last year, the United Nations estimated that China would lose at least 310,000 people to immigration. Despite restrictions and regulations, this is compared to the 120,000 leaving the country in 2012. A growing number of migrants have found their way to a new life by attempting to make their journey up north from Ecuador to the Mexico-U.S. border seeking asylum. See that? And it's more than just Northern Kingdom of Israel crossing the border, seeking these opportunities. It's a natural heathen. Okay, including these Moabites are also doing this. So this is part of the witchcraft of you devils that are exposing you. This is Psalm 10:3. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. Okay, them so-called Chinese biblical Moabites, for example, you mentioned in our last article, we're going into how they a good number of them are have crossed the border, U.S.-Mexico border, into Babylon the Great, just to escape the communism of China. That's not really oppression like that. Oppression is poverty. Oppression is being persecuted by the media, demonized through smear campaigns, various smear campaigns. Okay, to label our people as degenerates. Okay, undesirables. It says in Zephaniah 2:1. You see that? Psalm 10:4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High Yahweh. The Most High Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. Okay, verse 5. His ways, and this is part of Esau's God complex, Edomite, predicated off of Edomite supremacy, lining up with the curse in Deuteronomy 28 verses 40 to 50. How our people would have to seek this devil of want of all things, so he can hold that over our head and use it as a further stepping stone. Okay, for the direction in which he's looking to go, which is really that satanic NWO. And this is what he's using that border crisis for, using our people as a stepping stone for his agenda. He knows that we are so desperate and so impoverished that we wouldn't be able to tell the difference. All right, because our people are going to another curse in Deuteronomy 20 and 28, how the minds of our people will be smitten with madness. See that? That's why you focusing on Northern Kingdom, Jakes, in which down here in Paso, that's 90%. Of which that I'm surrounded by, and mainly Issachar, and how you're bugged out. You think including you thinking that you better than you are better than Mayate, so to say. You better than Moreno. You fell for the okie doke, man. And a part of that madness that your mind has been smitten with is that you don't know who the hell you are. You forgot who you are. Going to the prophecy in Jeremiah 17:4, man, where you think you're Spaniards because you want to be Edomites, especially lighter complected ones. But you gonna get your nigga wake up call soon, man. Because if you haven't learned by that shooting by that Edomite back in 2019 at that mall over there, okay, at that mall, then you're going to learn. You're going to have to learn the hard way, man. Because the devil's come down with great wrath on thee but a short time, and he's gonna look to devour as many as he possibly can, like it says in 1 Peter 5:8, going into that insurrection of the saints, okay? Against the saints, pursuing the second Ezra 16 chapter, man. And these are the times in which we're living in, all right? A time of great distress, civil unrest, civil war, martial law, all done by design. Verse 5, Psalm 10:5 says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Okay? Through his subtlety, okay, of his witchcraft, through his satanic devices, man. Laughing at the fooled, laughing at those who marvel after his beast system, okay, under the enchantments of his wine of fornication, his Western philosophy. Okay, this is Psalm 10:15. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. You see that? Because this devil is being exposed, man. Let me just see that in number Satan. This is KFoxTV.com. It says, Gateway Hotel faces legal action over alleged Trinidad Agua gang activity violations. A hotel in downtown El Paso and its owner received a temporary injunction and restraining order from the El Paso County Attorney on Monday for alleged criminal activity and suspicions of Trinidad Agua gang members in the hotel. El Paso County Attorney Christina Sanchez filed an original petition for abatement of a common nuisance and an application for a temporary restraining order, temporary injunction against the lodging establishment Gateway Hotel located at 104 South Stanton in downtown El Paso. Sanchez also filed the order against the owner Howard Yoon. So speaking of Moabites, I believe this dude got a Moabite last name. It seemed like, I don't know if he's a Moabite or not. Okay, but it wouldn't be far fetched. Okay, you know, because Moabites have also infiltrated American territory. All right, buying up farmland and so forth. So that's pretty much the point. The video pretty much explained all of this, so I'm leave it at that. That further explains, that that further identifies who the devil is, man, and in the arm of the wicked. All right, this is Psalm 10 and 18. All right, it says, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Okay, so Lord's breaking the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Is said in 15 verse, seeking out his wickedness till none is no more found. Okay, pursuing Jeremiah 49 and 10. You know, Esau, Edom would be made bare, be exposed for being the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Okay, the disease of the entire earth in Sirach, the 10th chapter. And this is why in 18 verse it says, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. So if Yahushua, if Yahushua was not to descend back into this realm and destroy this devil, we would have no hope. We'd be doomed. But it's because of the grace, the plenteous grace and mercy of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua that we do have hope. Okay, in a continuing city beyond this place. Okay, I believe it says in the book of Hebrews somewhere. Okay, we have a continuing city. Let me go. Matter of fact, let me go and end it off there. Okay, this devil is finished, man. Let me go and grab that. Hebrews 13 and 14. It reads, For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come, and that's ultimately the kingdom. That's ultimately Jerusalem, our homeland, the kingdom of heaven. Okay, it says in Galatians 4 and 26, Jerusalem is the mother of us all, and we're going to be restored back there. Not Africa, not Mexico, so forth, but rather Jerusalem, man, the land of milk and honey. Okay, that's what we look forward to. We're going to enjoy the righteous perks under the second holy covenant, including immortality. Okay, all right. Including righteous perfection, never again knowing what it's like to sin, to imagine sin, none of that. We're gonna be perfected. That's not a luxury we're gonna have on this side, man. So we look forward to that continuing city. And that's why we're so, we're so we're so mindful, watchful of these end time prophecies, because we know these indications of the downfall of the wicked and the triumphing and the upholding of the righteous. So I'm going to end it off on that note. Pray these epistles for the edifying, exhorting to elect. All right, for all those who, all those who was patient enough to sit through the entire thing. Yahweh Shemeshai, Baruch Wadash Barakatam, Shabbat Shalom, Labachayim. All right, and once again, double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. On down, and shalom and salutations to Bayah Shadawada, the 144,000 elect governing body of the house of David, along with the rest of the 1/3 elected men, women, and children of Israel. All right, Abba Ball, soon, very soon, and on to the next one.